coming into the Blue Jackets dressing room here and trying to get our bearings upon us. Come over to Nick Foligno. Get some comments from him in just a moment.
Nick, that did not seem like a fun hockey game well into the third period. Where did it get away?
I don't know. It's funny. It just seems like we don't have enough confidence. It sounds stupid, but it's kind of the thing I notice the most. When we get scored on, it's like we just deflate. It's just a mental toughness that we need to have, and we don't have it right now. We're not, and another thing too is you can't win a game unless you score a goal. Credit to Miller, but we still don't think tested him enough. We played well, but we didn't. We got to find ways when you have a glorious scoring chance to score and be opportunistic. Sometimes when you're going through hard times, it's you may not play a great game, but you got to be opportunistic with the chances you get, and we're not doing that either. So it's frustrating. We don't seem like we have that pushback or that confidence that we need. If something bad goes wrong, it's we can get through it and get back to our game.
There was a toughness, especially in the first two periods. Scott Hartnell described it as a snarl in the first intermission, which I think is kind of the way you guys want to play.
Yeah, for sure. You could see it. We were playing really good hockey the first two periods, and then some things go wrong, and boom, it's in the back of your net, and we just we don't have that pushback, and that's the first two periods is the way we need to play hockey. That's the hard part is we were doing it, and we're just not doing it enough, and I can't stress that enough. That's how winning teams win in this league. They do it all game long, and they don't really make excuses. And when things go bad, they just tighten back up and rely on their systems and get back at it. And we're not confident enough to do that right now.
Thank you.
Waiting for something.
Nick Foligno talking here in the Blue Jackets dressing room tonight after this 5-0 loss to the Vancouver Canucks. And again, as Nick just said, first period played really well tonight. Most of the second period played really well tonight as well. And then all of a sudden that third period came about. And that turns out to be the difference in the game here for the Blue Jackets tonight, who just weren't able to get it going in the third period, weren't able to continue anything on the positive that they had going earlier.
Seen for the first
It's Jack
2.5
Johnson.
periods, like something other than a 5-0 hockey game. What happened there?
Well, it was. We we went to pull the goalie there, and then to try and get yourself back into it with I think about 5 minutes left, and once they got that one, the wheels kind of fell off there. But I think the most frustrating part going away from it is I think that we did play pretty well for the majority of the game. We just couldn't score. They do have one of the best goalies in the world, no question. But we didn't score a goal, so they only needed one to win.
Yeah, and he is a good goaltender. Was it all Miller, or was there something else there that wasn't clicking?
Well, I think he did a great job not letting us get a lot of second opportunities, but that's a good hockey team with a great goaltender, and usually you're not going to beat a goaltender of his caliber on the first shot. You're going to have to try and beat him with a rebound or something, and I don't think we got a whole lot of those, so credit to them on that. And it's pretty unacceptable to get shut out in the NHL.
When does the anger really start to take over and start to provide maybe a little something extra? Because I know you guys are frustrated and probably a little PO'd about the whole thing.
Yeah, you're trying to walk a fine line of not letting emotion override your intellect when you're playing. But I definitely think we could show a little bit more emotion in our game. But there's a fine line of playing with emotion and playing under control. And but I don't think that we're pushing the envelope quite enough.
Thanks, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack Johnson here in the Blue Jackets dressing room tonight. Got cords and wires all over the place here. We're trying not to fall down just on the exit of the room here this evening. So again, that frustration does continue to build for the Blue Jackets, and now it gets no easier. They have to go into Nashville and play tomorrow night. The Nashville Predators 9-1-1 on home ice, coming off a big 1-0 overtime victory, and so it's going to be a lot of hard work to do for the Blue Jackets. We'll be back and continue on BlueJackets.com and the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network.
Todd, was this a classic case of what you call reaction rather than proaction, waiting to see what's going to happen in a game and letting the other team sort of dictate and then respond?
Well, I didn't feel that way through 2 periods. I thought it was a decent hockey game. I thought we had moments, they had moments. And then obviously we had the 3rd period.
It seemed like the guys are not looking to make the pretty pass, but they're looking to pass the puck versus being maybe a little bit more selfish and shoot the puck. Would you like to see more of that? Just start peppering a goalie like Miller with more shots?
Again, through 2 periods, there might have been a couple of times maybe where we looked to make the extra play. But I didn't come out of it thinking we're passing up. And I know you're probably talking about 2-on-1s and those types. And, we do get in. We do need to be a little bit selfish there. But I didn't have the feeling of, we're overplaying the game as far as overpassing. I didn't feel that.
You didn't like the 3rd period at all. Did you see quit out there? What did you see?
No, I'm not going to say quit. I'm not going to say that about our guys. What did I see? I see a team that's frustrated. Put in the work. It was a good hockey game for 2 periods. They scored early. And, again, a team that's searching.
Coach, you look for something different in every line. Would you like to see a little more energy in that 4th line?
I'd like to see energy from all of our lines. They gave us some moments in the offensive zone where I think they provided that.
Can you walk us through the decision to take Bob out for an extra skater at 5.5 to go?
We're down 3-0 with, I think it was 5:46 left on the clock, and we had an offensive zone faceoff. I mean, I'm not playing just to lose the game 3-0. 5 minutes to go, offensive zone faceoff. Why not try it?
How do you get back up for a game tomorrow night?
Well, I've got no choice. This is pro hockey. It's what you have to do. You got to take things from this game, good and bad, and try to move forward. Get ready. It's going to be. They're going to be flying tomorrow, and we better be ready for it. Thanks.
Outstanding. For the Blue Jackets, they continue to struggle here at home. They are now 3-8-1 on home ice here at Nationwide Arena. A couple of things. When Jack Johnson was talking about the frustration in playing, walking that fine line, I think that, you would like to see a little bit more anger and a little bit. You can see the frustration, but as Nick Foligno put it, it's almost as like when a goal is scored against, there is a letdown. And to me, it wasn't the first goal, and that was a very un-Sergei Bobrovsky-like goal that was given up late in the 2nd period. I'll give you that one, but it was still a 1-0 game. But the second goal, which came in the 1st minute of the 3rd period, to me is where you could very almost see that visibly team letdown and that the shoulders almost droop as if to say, man, here we go again. Now we have to get 2 just to tie and 3 to win. And no way should that have been a backbreaker in the 1st minute of the 3rd period, but you can make the argument that it was here tonight. And that's what happens with teams that are struggling. That's what happens with teams that are looking to find their way. And if that's the way that you react, then these are the outcomes that you're going to have in these types of games. They know it. They've got to correct it. How to get it corrected remains a question through this one tonight. Again, Vancouver wins it 5-0, the final score. Blue Jackets in Nashville tomorrow evening. That'll do it for our coverage at BlueJackets.com. Stay tuned. There's more coming up on the Scioto Downs Columbus Blue Jackets Radio Network.